Hey everyone, I'm Jessica and today I am in Tombstone. It's a western type town. I'm going to walk down the main street and mainly I'm going to see the Rose Tree Museum and Bookstore. And Rose Tree is actually the world's largest rose tree and it's supposed to be in bloom right now. Blooming season is from March 11th to April 29th. And then after I'm going to go to the Birdcage Theater, which is actually supposed to be haunted, and they do have night tours for that, but I'm going during the day, which is a self-guided tour. Let's get going.
While I was walking over to the world's largest rose tree museum, I came across the Good Enough Mine, which is a street below from the main street. They take reservations. The admission price to see the world's largest rose tree and museum is $5 per person, and children under 14 with an adult are free. You can also stay here if you plan on staying in Tombstone for a while. I really liked the atmosphere here. It was so peaceful.
There it is behind me. That's the top of it. The rose tree is a Lady Banksia and it's originally from Scotland and they're tiny white roses. I'll try to get a closer shot of them.
The Rose Tree Museum is dedicated to the people who settled the area. There are memorabilia and dioramas in this museum. The Robertson family were some of the earliest settlers in Tombstone. This was their home. It's now a historical landmark, but generations later, their family is still in Tombstone today. I think that's pretty amazing because the Robertson family arrived in 1880, and that's a really long time ago. There's so much information about them and some of the people who lived in Tombstone in this museum. There's also plenty of information on their website, which I will have linked below. After visiting the Rose Tree and Museum, I walked down the main street, which is called Historic Allen Street. There were actually a lot of tourists when I went, and I was kind of nervous to even talk on camera, which is why I'm doing a voiceover. I actually got a voiceover mic, and I'm really excited about how it sounds so far. Anyway, back to Tombstone. I know I said it was an old western town, and now you can see what I'm talking about. The wind was kicking, and the dirt was flying this day, so I really felt like I was in an old western movie. They have a lot of stores that mostly have western items, and they also have restaurants. As many people that were walking the street, the stores and restaurants were crowded too. When I finally made it to the next main event, the Birdcage Theater, I was super excited to see what the inside looked like. I couldn't wait to see how it has been preserved. I didn't really know what to expect and if I'd see anything since it's supposedly haunted. People have claimed to see ghosts, heard laughter, yelling, and music, and even have felt something pushing them. I didn't see, hear, or feel anything, probably because I went in the day, but if you catch anything, let me know in the comments. I would love to know. Fun fact, ghost hunters, ghost adventures, ghost lab, fact or faked paranormal files have been here before. The Birdcage Theater was actually pretty interesting. It had a lot of history in there, probably as much history as the amount of bullet holes. There's over 140 bullet holes in this building. If you want to know more about the Birdcage Theater or visit one day, the link to their website will also be below.
I am back from the Rose Tree Museum and the Birdcage Theater. I actually thought the world's largest rose tree was really pretty. I didn't know what to expect when I went there, and I didn't know what the roses would look like. The roses were so small. I was like, are those roses? But they were just tiny little white ones. Upon entrance, after you pay, they give everyone this cool little postcard, and here it is. And this postcard is actually where I got the name of the roses from, because they didn't really like say where the roses were from. I think it was super cool that they gave out this postcard at this particular museum. And the museum part was actually pretty cool too. It had a lot of vintage things in there. Sometimes it's just really cool to see old stuff. And then the Birdcage Theater, oh my goodness, that was an interesting experience because I didn't think it was a brothel. It wasn't like an old movie theater. It was definitely like a bar, and then women would perform there. So it was pretty interesting to see that. It's actually a haunted place. I didn't experience anything that was haunted in there. I don't think I saw anything that was really creepy. I mean, they had this little merman thing, but I don't know if that was real or not. If it was, that was weird. That was definitely weird. But overall, it was cool. When you walk in, they kind of give this spiel about the history of the place, and then when you leave, that's it. You leave through the gift shop. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the sights in Tombstone. They have a bunch of tourist-like stores. I didn't buy anything from there because I just feel like it was really touristy. They have a lot of food places, I think. They had some ice cream shops and stuff, so it's a cool place to walk around. And they even have a spot where you can take vintage pictures if you're interested in stuff like that. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a like. If you're new, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. I would love to have you here on my channel, and I really hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of Tombstone, and I'll see you next time.